Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Coaching Think Talk. I'm Coach Marife Garfin from Life Coach Philippines, and this is Coaching for Overcoming. This coaching conversation is for individuals, especially mothers, who are facing challenges in life of all sorts, of all forms, that are threatening their mental health, but are desiring to overcome and become the best version of themselves. And my mission is to help every mother of every family to take a stand in mental health for her and her children. I am also a Master Builder apprentice of Master Coach A's Master Builder Apprenticeship Program, and we build a tribe as we help your unstoppable dream come true. I am also a scholar to Master Coach A's Six Steps to a Six-Figure Public Speaking Career Training. By background, I am a registered nurse with 22 years of hospital experience. I am a wife and a mother to three young adults, and I'm also an entrepreneur. I am the owner of Health and Wellness Coaching Center here in Tacloban City, Leyte, Philippines. And the center aims and caters to facilitate clients who are facing challenges ranging from weight management to mental health. So I'm also the founder and creator of my nth attempt in motherhood, a coaching community that seeks to empower mothers. So basically, yung mga nanay ko, because we're hurdling a lot of struggles, in the home, especially now in this pandemic where everybody is at the home. So ito po yung coaching community that will support you, give you support, allow you, work with you to give you empowerment to take a stand for mental health for you and your and please leave your digital footprints by letting us know where you're coming from. Please do tag a friend and circulate this of what we will be discussing in this for this session. You may also give a shout outs to people you want to greet, and please do or you want to send inspiring messages. You can type in the comments section, no? And if you are watching this on a replay, please do comment hashtag replay. So ilabas nyo lang what if you're ever you're connecting with whatever I'm gonna be sharing. So just type in, do comment, and I'll get back to you. I am streaming via FB page of Life Coach Philippines and YouTube channel Coach AI Connect. So if you are new to our platform, please like, follow, and subscribe. Okay? So, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. I hope you had a happy and exciting and delicious lunch for this ngayong araw na to. And I hope you're having your coffee or your tea para hindi maantok-antok tayo, no, as we're going to be talking of something like, it's something that will, hurt a little bit if tamaan po kayo. Okay? So, if you're resonating with whatever I'm going to be talking about, you're able to connect. You can just share in your time whatever it is na na-connect ninyo po. You can share it in your timeline. You can message it to a friend. You can put hashtag, nakita nyo sa screen, hashtag pack my bag moment, and hashtag coaching TikTok. Kasi yung mga nasi-share nyo would be helpful to someone who we never know may need it, kailangan nila ngayon, especially in this time of pandemic. We cannot, ask everybody ano yung pakiramdam nila, how they're feeling, but through your posting of whatever learning that you have, it will allow them to really like, it will allow them to really like reflect about what you have shared, and this will cause them to really like level up themselves, and pwede din silang like they would feel good and they will have that sense of peace and joy in their heart. So you can just simply share it, okay? So before I proceed, let me greet my fellow tribe learners from Life Coach Philippines. I have here Coach Ann Caber from Tacloban City. Pareho kami from Tacloban City. We have Coach Glacy. I think Coach Glacy is coming from Bataan. We have Coach Morin. We have Master Coach Hasmin. So thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. So have you ever had have you ever experienced being uh, looking like this, waiting for something, okay? Tapos, nagtatanong ka, how long is it gonna be? Okay, so nakatingin ka sa oras, you're always looking at it. I don't know if you've heard also your kids before pag nagbibiyahe kayo and you're doing nagta-travel kayo and then there's a stopover, your child will always say, are we there yet? Are we there yet? So, ito yung the suspense, and it's not just even the suspense, no. It's it's really the emotion that you need to hold on to pag ikaw ay may hinihintay o ikaw ay naghihintay. Okay? So this afternoon, we're going to be talking about impatience. Okay? So isa ito sa isang characteristic and attitude that I don't know if you have it in you, no? Yung mga ganitong like you're waiting and uh, hindi pa dumadating, and how are you reacting, how are you like holding on to yourself. Now let me ask you, okay, have you ever like fall in line in the grocery store, tapos nagmamadali kayo, going somewhere, you're supposed to have another activity, kaya lang dumaan ka sa grocery store kasi you have the tiny bit of time and you need to pick up something. So, nandun ka sa grocery store, mahaba yung pila, and then you're just minding your own business, and all of a sudden, nag-stop yung cashier, tinawag yung supervisor, nag-usap sila, walang explanation, nag-uusap sila, tapos nakatingin ka sarili mo, nakatingin sa kanila, tapos iniisip mo yung pupuntahan. Have you ever had that? Have you ever had that experience? O yung nagda-drive ka, okay, you're driving, tapos you are beating the time, you need to be there like in 10 minutes or 15 minutes, tapos yung oras mo parang konti na lang, and then in front of you is a car na parang hindi naman siya nagmamadali. Okay? Have you ever experienced like honking or talking to yourself? No, sinabi mo sarili mo, ano ba, move, 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 and then you horn. Or if not, ikaw ay mag-overtake. Have you ever had that experience? Sino mga nagdra-drive dito sa mga nakikinig sa akin? Okay? Yes, Master Coach Aswin, yung mga bag na yan, nasa picture na lang, no? Sa picture na lang yung mga magandang bag. Yes, di ba? Like, nagmamadali ka eh. Tapos parang, minsan sinasabi mo na, sana sa gilid na lang siya kasi very slow naman yung run niya. Di ba? Bakit nandyan ka? I'm in a hurry. So, I mean, you ask yourself, how many times have you experienced that? How many times, like, your friend who said, I'm gonna get back to you, tapos nakatingin ka sa oras, ano ba yung get back? Ano ba yung get back? Okay? So you're into it. You're into the mood, ano? And when you talk about impatience, it is defined, no, by Miriam, that's the feeling of being annoyed by someone's mistake or because you have to wait. And a lot of times, doon tayo, in my experience, doon tayo sa waiting talaga. Doon tayo sa waiting, no, we don't want really to wait. So, yun yung nakakainis, no, yung naghihintay ka na naghihintay ka. Okay? So, it's the feeling of wanting something to happen as soon as possible. So, I do remember, I used to, like, when like, when it's important, no, we always say, text back ASAP. But actually, the real meaning of ASAP is as soon as possible. So, hindi siya emergency, as soon as pwede. Pero yung brain natin perceived it as immediately. And so my husband would always tell me, never use the word ASAP or ASAP. Kasi nga po, yung ASAP sa hospital, it's a life and death situation. So if you're just asking, are you going home? What would you like to eat? So sabi niya, wag ko daw isama yung ASAP. And I realized, okay, bakit ko nga ba sinasama yun? It's because I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait ng matagal para sumagot siya. Okay? So it's really the feeling of wanting something to happen as soon as possible. Okay? So let me share to you some pictures. Now, This is a father. Okay? Isa itong tatay. Itong picture na to, isang tatay, no? And nagmamadali siya kasi kailangan niyang kunin yung anak niya. Kailangan niyang kunin sa school. But he needs to pick up a liter of milk. Okay? Yung liter of milk, kailangan niyang bilhin. So he went to the grocery store. Maliit nga lang yung pinuntahan niya kasi nga nagmamadali siya. And all of a sudden, the computer in the cashier section bugged out. Tapos tiningnan niyo dun sa kabila, sabi niya, lilipat ako. Tapos nung papunta, lilipat na sana siya, nakita niya, mas humaba. Kasi naglipatan lahat yung mga tao doon na nakapila. And so immediately, without, he put his grocery in the counter, in another counter, and stormed outside, ride in the car, and he drove like another 10 minutes to get the milk. And at the end, late pa rin siya sa pagkuha ng anak niya. And later, he realized that mas humaba pa yung oras niya kaysa doon sana sa nagpila siya. Okay, so that's what you call impatience. Okay, so think about this, no? What if there's a person, okay? Example, isa siyang sales insurance. A sales insurance person is waiting for a client to come in kasi isisil na niya yung client kasi magbabayad na. But the client was really like taking so long, and because she was impatient, she left. She left without sealing the contract. Next, there's a cook. She's baking delicious food. Okay, nandun na, pumasok na sa oven, waiting. But what if the cook or the chef is impatient? He's going to rush out, get that food, even if it's uncooked, even if it's not the best, grumping out, no, isi-serve niya not his best because he is impatient. What if a doctor is impatient? What happened? Sasabihin ng doktor, naku, tagal naman ng laboratory. No, matagal ang laboratory, lalo na ngayon with the pandemic, no, mahaba yung swab test. Naku, positive ka na lang. Bigyan na kita ng medicine. Okay, negative na, uwi ka na lang, negative na. What's gonna happen? If that doctor is working or is having that impatient attitude. Yeah, Master Coach Smith, it's the agony of waiting. The agony of waiting is really something. What if a football player, okay, talagang inis na siya kasi matagal yung game. Tapos feeling niya dragging yung game, tapos like his playmates are not doing really well, and they're about at the losing end. So without really thinking, because impatient niya, pisinipa na lang niya yung bola. What happens? So you kind of see, no, if you kind of reflect, no, what happens to a world, what happens to you and me, and what happened to the people around us if we are always impatient. In a survey, 96% daw of Americans will consume knowingly hot food and burn their tongue. Imagine that. So this is a survey. So alam na nila, di ba, when they serve, please be careful, we don't want you to burn your tongue, it's hot. O minsan binibigay sa yung coffee, kasi gusto mo lang talaga kuminom. Ilang beses na po ako dyan. Sino ba yung, I think there was a restaurant that says, to wait is better than to experience a scalded tongue. To wait is better than to experience a scalded tongue. It's one of the coffee shop. Kasi marami siguro nagreklamo doon na mainit. Mainit nga po, di ba, mainit. And we wanted to really like take a sip because we don't want to wait. So, 96% daw sa mga Americans will consume knowingly hot food. Alam nilang hot food and will burn their tongue because they don't want to wait. Okay? Sa atin, no, we have to blow. If you have a coffee, binublow mo kaagad. Kasi gusto mo inumin na. Okay? So, that's statistics. That's a survey. Next, phones will hang up. Okay? Phones will hang up after being told to hold for 1 minute. And I'm guilty of this one. Like may tatawagan ka, lalo na yung pag pag nung umuso na yung call center, like, press 1. If you want customer service, press 2. If you want, ang haba, tapos pakikinggan, saan nga ba? Paano kung nasa huli ka, di ba? Press 6, nandun ka na sa press 6. At hindi mo memorize. Ano ba yun? Ano ulit yung press 1? Dial ka na naman. Di ba? So, have you ever experienced it? Ang tagal, di ba? So, survey says phones will be hung up after being told to hold for 1 minute. 1 minute na nga lang yan eh. Next, 71% will exceed speed limit to get to destination. 71% will exceed speed limit to get to destination. This is the common struggles no ng mga vehicular accident. This is the common cause because everybody wants to be ahead. Gusto ayaw maunahan, gusto nagmamadali palagi. And my husband will always tell me, be patient when driving. Be patient when driving. Walang mamamatay kung ikaw ay, kung hindi naman emergency, wala kang pasyente dyan. No? You're not an ambulance. Okay, so be patient in driving. Next is 18 to 24 years old in the survey. Okay, itong mga taong ito who is 18 to 24 years old, wait less than 1 second before bypassing a slow walker. Ilan na sa inyo yung ganyan, no? Naglalakad kayo sa mall, tapos merong mga namamasyal lang, siguro sila mamadali, they have the time. Tapos ikaw, you're in a hurry with a lot of bags of groceries, no? Talagang lalampasan mo yan. Okay, so, hindi, less than 1 second, pag tingin nila matagal, in a split second, aarangkada ka agad yung nasa likod nung nagsuslow walk. Okay? Then, generation X, will check phones 8 times. 8 times when waiting for someone they dated to reply. So, ilang beses kayo, pag sinabihan kayo, I'll get back to you, ilang beses nyo tinitingnan yung phone? Nag-ring na ba? May PM na ba? Nag-text na ba? So, it's the survey, okay? It's the survey. So when waiting for a table at a restaurant, 18 to 24 years old says will wait less 1 minute to ask a host after a wait period has passed. For example, papahintayin ka, di ba? Like you're in a full restaurant. Ma'am, can you wait for 30 minutes? Sabihin sa inyo, say, uupo ka sa gilid. I'll get your order, ma'am. Di ba? Kukunin nila yung order, tapos papahintayin ka. And then, pag 30 minutes, 0.05 or 0.5 lang, tatayo ka na. May bakante na. Can you relate with that? Tapos nakatingin ka, meron pa ba? Meron pa ba? So, di ba, it's really like, I think it's everybody, I don't know, everyone get to one way or the other. Meron kang incident sa buhay mo that you really are into this one. Okay? Talagang impatience. Okay? So, imagine if you're an impatient mom. You have children na hindi pa natutulog, regular yung pattern of sleep, yung bata na like hindi mo pa binigay, iyak ka agad yan, and you're an impatient mom. Can you imagine the scenario of what's going to happen? Can you imagine what's going to be like, the sound, the look of the household? Okay, so I leave you that to that, that imagination. Okay? In a study at Duke University Medical Center in North Carolina, it revealed that people who are in a state of constant urgency increases themselves to develop health problems such as high blood pressure and heart diseases. So this is a study, okay? So palagi kang on the go, parang may sunog palagi, parang may emergency palagi. You are putting yourself at high risk kasi nga your heart will be pumping to meet the demand that your mind has put into. So talagang mataas palagi yung high blood pressure, your possibility to develop high blood pressure and heart diseases. Kaya yung mata na nagkakasakit may mga high blood, no? I had a professor, he said, ayoko sa doktor na yan kasi 200 na pala yung BP ko, hindi niya ako sinabihan. Because there are doctors who would say, hinga lang po muna, let's rest. Hindi nila sinasabi kasi pag sinabi na your BP is 200 over 150, nahimatay ka na kaagad. Mas tumaas yung BP mo. Kaya they would always say, okay, have you walked? Have you do this? Okay, sige, relax muna tayo because I think we're not getting the accurate BP. So, ganun po. Okay, so, when you're in such mood always, na ganun yung mood mo, na palagi kang on the go, your body is not designed. Your body is designed to really have a rest period. So, it will conquer. Okay? In 2003, published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, it reported that 18 to 30 years old participants in the study who were hostile and impatient, they're always hostile and impatient, would likely develop high blood pressure symptoms as the body is going into an overdrive. The body gears up for a fight. Parang palaging may ano lang, may kalaban ka, parang palaging may contest. Okay? We have to remember that impatience plus hostility is equals to stress. And when your body is in a lot of stress, your body emits, okay, oxidative stress. May lumalabas dyan to release it out. And this oxidative stress will be harmful to your body organs. That's why nagde-develop ka ng other diseases related to being impatient or always on the go. Now, what is the why of impatience? Bakit nga ba tayo impatient? Now, I've read this that when you talk about impatience, it is not the opposite of patience. The main virtue is, according to that study, hindi siya patience, but rather what you have is impatience, and patience is only a shadow. Because when you are a patient person, no matter what situation, what whoever will provoke you, if you're a patient person, you will not be dragged to being impatient. So, sabi doon sa study, patience is only a shadow. Pero yung main characteristic is really impatient. The person is really on that mode. So, impatience is triggered when we become aware of increased cost. Di ba? Nagmamadali ka yung oras ako, may mawawala sa'yo. Increased cost for pursuing a current goal. So, if we can shield ourselves from learning about increased cost, so kung hindi mo makikita ano yung mawawala sa'yo, that is perception, okay? Your perception na mawawala sa'yo, we can shield ourselves from being impatient, okay? Now, what do you lose to impatience? Ano yung nawawala sa'yo? I had a survey with my friends, mga mom friends, working mom friends. I asked them, what do you really lose? What do you think you lose when you are becoming impatient, or when you are, you have the characteristic of impatience? So tinanong ko yung mga nanay, meron akong tinanong sa States, meron akong tinanong sa Saudi, may tinanong ako dito sa neighborhood, may tinanong ako sa Manila. And they came up with the following reasons. And I want you to look at this and try to reflect if this is also what you're losing when you are in the mode of impatience. First is opportunities. According to this working mom, sabi niya, you lose opportunities. Because you're impatient, you don't want to wait, you just let go of everything kasi ayaw mo na nga maghintay because you believe there's something better, no, na gagawin. Your ego and your pride, because a lot of times, when you are in an impatient mode, ang nangyayari, nag-graduate ka to being hostile and becoming angry. And a lot of people, especially if you're educated, if you want to remain your composure, you don't want actually to get angry in public. So what you do is you just drop everything. You drop everything, you become quiet, and you just go. And so, according to this mom, you lose opportunities because there might be, dahil ayaw mo maghintay, the best sana is parating pa lang. Okay? Next is, according to the mom, you lose focus because you can't do what you really want, the output that you really want. Hindi mo siya nakukuha because you are so immersed in the waiting, you're so immersed in getting angry, you're so immersed in your emotion na now out of focus ka na doon sa gusto mo talagang gawin. So, focus. Next is perspective. Okay? So, you lose your perspective. You become impatient. So, kahit ito lang yung sana yung gusto mong gawin, ang nangyayari, okay, nasi-shift siya. Nasi-shift yung focus mo, okay? And then, eto na sana, this is what you know, this is what is the best, but you lose it. So, you know that patience is a virtue. But when you're there already, because you're in a hurry, and you had that habit of really doing, being on a fast-paced mode, you lose your perspective. And so when you lose your perspective, you become unreasonable and you fight out with people You argue with them, insisting on what you really want and what you really know without listening to someone. Okay, so perspective. Next is according to another mom, and this mom is a business person. Sabi niya, you lose sensible and good decision. You lose sensible and good decisions because nga you are in a hurry. You don't want to wait. Gusto mo things happen in your own time. So you become out of focus, nawawala ka sa perspective, and of course, definitely, your decisions will be clouded. Kasi yung what comes out is the emotion of being impatient. Next is quality output. Quality output. Definitely because nagmamadali ka, you don't want to, toil anymore, ayaw mo na ng ayaw mo nang maghintay. Kaya yan, okay na yan, okay na yan. How many of you have done that? Di ba? Meron akong ganyan, ganito din. Okay, pwede na yan, pwede na yan. So you lose the quality output because you don't want to like wait anymore, do something. Kaya ito yung babangga ito sa mental model. You have been learning on the mental models of being taught to us by Master Coach A sa Be Learning Society that babangga siya sa 10,000 hour rule because you need to really like do it in 10,000 whatever skill that you have to become an expert and to really get the best of the output. Babangga din siya sa 10,000 experiment rule. Okay? So babangga siya dun sa mga mental model because gusto mo yung pwede na yan, pwede na yan. So okay, so quality output, you lose it. If you're working and you want the best, you can't be, especially if you're a perfectionist. No? Mahirap siguro yung ka because the quality output will suffer. Next is dignity. Now, I've mentioned earlier that oftentimes than not, impatience graduate. It graduates to being hostile. It graduates to anger, losing yourself. And ilang may nagtanong na nanay sa isang I vividly remember this as it was posted in Facebook. A mom was asking for a certain medicine in the nurse's station. Tapos parang pabalang ata. Yung perception niya is pabalang yung sagot ng nurse. So he lost his grip and truly like attacked the nurse. Kanina ko kita natanong, hindi ba? At that caught in the video. And you lose really your dignity because you lose your composure. You lose who you are. Nawawala lahat ng pinag-aralan, nawawala lahat yun. Everything that you have learned about love, everything that you have learned in school about etiquette, of characteristic, nawawala yun. You lose that. You lose your dignity because gagraduate ka doon. At what comes into you is anger na because it's brought about by impatience. Next is credibility. Definitely, if you're a very impatient person, people wouldn't want to refer to you. People wouldn't want to ask you kasi nga magagalit ka. And this is one thing that we need really to practice because a lot of times for people who are impatient, we don't want to say things twice. We want to say things once. So pag sinabi namin, dapat gets mo yon. Okay? Pag sinabi, dapat kuha mo yon. So credibility, kasi it will be a word of mouth na sasabihin na, naku, wag ka na magtanong doon kasi palaging nagagalit yun. Ayaw niyang sumagot ng ano. Gusto niya one time na. Okay, you lose your credibility. Another thing, relevance. According to this working mom, it's your relevance. Kasi nga, hindi ka na nila pupuntahan and your whatever your opinion is, even if it's good, something good, hindi na nila kukunin yun kasi nga madali kang magalit. Okay? So you're impatient. Next is resources. You lose resources because a lot of people will not offer it to you or you're not like your resources, even your talents and skill as a person where you can share it, hindi nila kukunin. Okay? Or you're not able to use it because nobody's talking to you. Okay? So, yun yung isang bagay na you cannot network. Wala kang maliit lang yung network mo, maliit lang makukuha mong resources because they will not be talking to you because of your impatience. Okay? And next is relationships. And this is something that we need to truly like. If you're a mom, you need to look at this one because when you lose relationship, especially relationship with your children, This is so much, so much, so much hurtful. So relationship, you lose it because hindi ka na nga pupuntahan nila. Because you get easily angry, you get easily like when you talk, it's like pabalang siya kaagad kasi nga you want the person to get what you want and you don't want to wait for the person to really like absorb things. Okay? Tapos bakit hindi mo alam? Bakit hindi mo ganon? Dapat ganito, ganito, ganito. Okay? So you lose the relationship. And that is truly something that will hurt you because we are created for relationship. And when you're taking care of your kids, the most precious things that we want as parents is a relationship with our kids. Because we are stewards after all. If you're a mom, you're a steward of your child. So we want to practice and keep the relationship that we have with our kids and significant others. Okay? Okay. Now, here's one thing. According to Sharon James, successful mothers are not the ones that never struggle. They are the ones that never give up despite the struggle. So uh, if you have that attitude of impatience in you, don't worry because it's not over yet. I always say this that as long as you're breathing, you can always make things right. You can always make things right. So there's always different struggles. Maybe for you it's impatience, maybe for other people it's anxiety, maybe for other people, iba-iba po tayo. And so you cannot beat yourself if you're suffering or if you're experiencing the character or the attitude of being impatient. So struggles is real. So we just don't throw in the towel when you say, kasi ganun naman talaga ako, I'm really impatient. You don't throw in the towel, no, because there's always hope to what you're going through. Hello, Coach Rizel. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so parenting is hard. So for moms, ilang nanay yung nandito? Nandito si Coach China, okay? Si, of course, Master Coaches me and the rest of the moms know. Parenting is hard, especially trying to be patient with little versions of impatient you. Ilan sa inyo ka-relate dito? Ilan sa inyo nakarelate? Parenting is hard, especially trying to be patient with little versions of impatient you. So, di ba, nagagalit tayo sa mga anak natin when they throw into a tantrum kasi gusto nila makuha yung gusto nila and you said, no, you sleep first before you can eat the sweet. You eat your meal first before you can have dessert. You drink your water before you can do this. Okay? You do your assignment before you have this. Nagagalit, di ba, mag-iiyak. Some of them will have tantrums. And minsan nagagalit tayo. Oftentimes than that, mirror, we mirror the impatience of our kids because we ourselves are impatient. Di ba? The waiting is agonizing, sabi nga ni Master Coach Smith. So what to do when you're impatient? What to do with your impatience? Ano nga ba yung pwedeng gawin? Okay? First, you have to reflect. Reflect. What's the cost? What are you losing? Sabi nga, di ba? Impatience happen when you realize that you're losing something. You're losing time. Kaya nga nagmamadali ka. You want this, you want this, you want to... And instant gratification because if this is one thing. Okay? But how about if you reflect on the cost? If you continue to be impatient, if you have that practice or if you have that reaction always of being impatient, the attitude of impatience, what does it cost you? Ano yung nawawala? Kanina we've discussed, diba? Ano yung nawawala? So reflect, what is the cost? Second, decide. What you're realizing already na it's costing you something. Because of your impatience, you're losing something, something is suffering, okay, in you. So, what to do? You have to make a decision. What to do with it, okay? Do you want to say, okay lang naman, I don't care if I'm impatient? Or, oh my gosh, I'm losing friendship, I'm losing opportunities, I'm losing this. So you have to decide. So when you talk about decision does not come without an action. If you have not acted on a decision, then it's not a decision at all. Okay? Next is take necessary steps to change. Take necessary steps to change. And when you talk about change, you have to look into the what you value. What you really your why? What is important to you? Importante ba that you keep your being impatient? Or you want to keep your relationship with your children? or your significant others with you. If you want to receive, respect from other people, you want to keep your dignity, you want to produce quality output. Okay? So take necessary steps to change value, to change. And that is, you have to focus yourself. You need to understand on the value. If you talk about the cost, what you're losing, you need to act on it because you value something. Okay? So, how many of you knew of a person, okay, who is suffering from impatience? How about you? What are you losing? How many times have you really like storm out of a conversation or close your phone because you don't want to hear from someone because you're impatient? What did impatient cost? What did you lose from it? Okay. So if you have a question and you want to get out really, no, ano yung nararamdaman? Ano yung feeling? Is it leveling you up? Are you becoming a better person with it? Or if you know someone, ano yung na-observe mo with that person who is suffering from being impatient? Ano yung nakikita mo? Ano yung nawawala sa kanya? So if you are suffering from impatience, no, there's always a way. As I've said, habang nabubuhay tayo at humihinga tayo, there's always a, an opportunity. God has given you always an opportunity to make things right. And so if you want to like level yourself up and you want to get out from the cage of impatience because you realize now that you're losing a lot of things because of this, okay? Let's have a conversation. Okay? Let's have a conversation. But first let me give you this ito yung sabi, okay? Ito yung quote, no, which resonated with me. Don't go back to less just because you're too impatient to wait for the best. And I think if Coach Maureen is here, no, if you're impatient, you want to have a relationship, you want to get married soon, you want to have a boyfriend. Ito yung joke, di ba? Sabi mo dati, tall, dark, and handsome when you're younger. And when you get to be older, a little bit older, okay, kahit tall and dark na lang, kahit hindi na handsome. And then when you grow old, talagang, you're lalampas ka na daw sa kalendaryo, kinakantsawan ka na, kahit sino na lang. Okay? But this is one thing that we need to really like isipin natin. This is very true. Don't go back to less just because you're too impatient to wait for the best. Because hindi lahat po ng bagay is instant na makukuha natin and that's the best. It works, binabangga po niya yung ating patience. Okay? When you are really wanting the best, it needs to come out. Sabi nga doon sa mga mental models, you need 10,000 hours. You need 10,000 experiments to come up with the best. So you need really to wait for it. Okay? So according to Warren Buffett, sabi niya, no matter how great your talent or effort, some things just take time. You can produce a baby in 1 month by getting 9 women pregnant. Okay? So there are so many things in our lives that demands for us, requires of us to really be patient and to really wait and to really like, maupo. I mean, we were challenged now with pandemic. We were challenged with pandemic right now. Yung hindi ka lalabas ng bahay, nandyan ka lang, maghihintay ka sa mga announcement, sasabihin sa'yo, hindi pwedeng gawin to, hindi pwedeng gawin to. The waiting is agonizing. Tama nga si Master Coach. Yes, hindi lahat ng bagay instant. Kahit nga instant noodles, yeah, Coach Lynn, you need to wait ng ilang minutes bago ka makakain. Tama. Okay? Kung hindi matigas pa yan, nguyain mo. So, even if it's success, everything is slow growth. Even nurturing relationship. So, like if you're a mom and you're trying to rebuild relationship with your kids, it's something that you need to wait. You work on it little by little. If you're rearing your child to become a better person, you need to really like slowly, little by little, change the way who you are projecting yourself to them so that they can emulate you. Dahan-dahan po yan. Hindi siya overnight na magbabago ka talaga. It's a slow growth. It's a slow process. Sabi nga ni Master Coach A. Okay? Hindi instant siya. That's why you need also to be patient with yourself. If you need to be like really learning if you want to really change. If you want to try like level up yourself you want, even your business, no, kahit yung negosyo mo, ito, tapos gusto mo, mayroon kang vision na maganda, it needs a lot of time for you to really wait. You need to train, you need to really um, learn a lot, talk to people, like go through the process. And when you talk about process, it's waiting. Kasi hindi ka makakapunta from one step to the other without accomplishing one step. Hindi siya pwede shortcut. Okay, so it takes time, but it can be done. It can be done. Okay, so if you want to really get out, of being impatient, if you want like to level yourself up, let's have a conversation. So you can connect with me at 0995739843 or message me at Marife Garfin, yung aking Facebook page, a group, sorry, account, and email me at narsmarife.mg@gmail.com. Let's have that conversation because there are many things that you might be losing right now because of that impatience. Ayaw mong puntahan yung isang, no, ayoko, gusto ko, ito lang. Okay, ito lang. So it's one thing that we need also to learn and to really practice. It's a practice. It's a habit. Kasi kung habit mo na, reflex mo na ayaw mo talagang maghintay, it becomes ingrained in your brain. It becomes a pattern in the brain and that's how you're going to react. So if you need to really like level up, kailangan pong baklasin yon at gumawa tayo ng bagong habit. The habit of being patient. Okay? So let's have a conversation para ma-level up tayo. And you see, you're going to be truly blessed. You're going to truly be blessed. Kasi nga, it's a blessing to wait upon the Lord. Always yan, waiting, waiting, waiting. God requires for us. When you're not ready, pahintayin ka niya. When the circumstances is not ready, pahintayin ka niya. Okay? When everything is not ready for your own good, pahihintayin ka niya. Okay? So, process. We need to go through a process with it. So, let's have a conversation. So, if you're a mom also wanting to really like level up yourself and you want to truly understand how to reconnect with your kids, okay, you're grappling with your impatience, tas parang ang tagal na, parang marami na akong sinasabi sa kanila, di pa rin nila ako narinig, then let me invite you to on July 10 at 2 p.m. with this webinar, What Matters, Understanding Your Kids. This is a coaching workshop. We will talk about generation gap. We will talk how it is like intervening in your communication and the way you're doing things at home. We will talk about the uniqueness of your kids and your uniqueness as well. Paano natin i-complement siya. And then you will come out of the webinar, of the workshop, okay, of the coaching workshop with a ready, steady, step-by-step plan of how to truly reconnect and create a beautiful home for your kids, for you and your kids, para ma-rebuild yung relationship. So this is early bird registration is from June 30 to you can start even now, no, until July 5 for 1,850, and then it will go back to the original price of 2,500. But as I've said, you're coming out with a ready, steady, step-by-step plan how to go about reconnecting with your kids, talking with them, creating a home ecology for you and your kids. You're nurturing home ecology. Okay, and then let me also invite you a journey to courageous living in mental health. So even if you have anxiety, you have all type of mental health challenges, you can still live a courageous life. So just message me if you want to enroll. I'm going to be running this July. So message me and for the details, just message me so that we can, it's a wonderful journey to courageous living. Lalo na sa panahon ngayon natin, no, we're challenged with worry and anxiety because of pandemic. What is next for my business? What is next for my family? What is next for me and my health? Okay, what's next for my family? So we need really to courageously step up ourselves so that we can journey through life. So just message me at 0995739846. Okay, and also let me invite you. This is exciting. This coming June 30. This is the negotiation masterclass by Master Coach A. So this is truly exciting. Okay, the registration is 3,500, but I bet tingnan nyo naman ang freebie. You have 30-minute coaching. You want to level up yourself. Kasi nga, even if you're a coach, you need a coach. You need someone to really talk to para because there are things in your life that you do not see, your blind spot. So pag sabi mo ng goal, may nakikinig sa'yo na walang bias, tapos tatanungin ka niya, tapos do you realize something? Coaching conversation does that. Okay? So you have a 30-minute coaching, then you get the free negotiation drill cards. Drill ba? Tama ba? Skill cards, okay? And you can use this with your class. If you're a coach, you enroll in this one because you can actually use the cards with your clients. Pwede ka na magkaroon ng a coaching session with a client who wanted really to learn, kailangan niya nung process of coaching, magagamit mo siya. So this is negotiation masterclass, silencing the noise so that you can overcome obstacles confidently and ethically in every conversation. And when you talk about negotiation, this is talking. Nag-uusap po kayo. So it's going to be a powerful conversation because you have the skill already, the negotiation skill. So do hop in, invite your friends, lalo na yung mga business person, those who are owning siguro yung mga, yung mga negosyo nila, or even ako as a mother and as a wife. When we're talking, we try to plan out. There's some negotiation na hindi mo alam na nangyayari. So this is one thing to attend. So just come in, connect with Coach Rizal at 0917-586-1661 for your slot because limited po ito because yung card number is limited. Okay, so do hop in. This is an exciting. Nagpa-reserve na ako kay Coach Rizal. Okay? So also let me invite you to the Be Learning Society through the Be Learning e-card. If you get this card is this July, it's 2,000 already. And yung makukuha niyo pong freebie dito is a 5% discount in all your orders. Food and beverage in Decaf Coffee Republic. And by the way, amazing is the corned beef vegan. I love also the bacon bits. And added to my list now is also the longanisa. So if you're healthy conscious, you want healthy food, go to Decaf Coffee Republic for the vegan meals. Hindi nyo mamimiss yung karne because lasang-lasa siya talaga. It's so yummy, honestly. It's so yummy. I have it here. I have my freezer full of it right now kasi nagbumili po ako from Manila. So, dinala ng anak ko. So, and then, you have a free mental model class. Yung mini-mention ko kanina, mental models, which helped me a lot, no? Right now, talagang nagra-run through siya. Anong pwedeng gamitin mental model when I make decision, when I talk. So, maganda po siya. That's a class which happens every third Saturday of the month. So ngayong July 17, we will have another session of mental model. So learn. You know what? Learning really levels your growth and you become a better person and you share more because remember that we share from an overflow. Pag learning ka, nagle-level up lahat sa'yo, pati confidence level mo, self-esteem and everything. So do join us in the Be Learning Society. Get this card, and of course, do not forget when you have this card, you can always engage with a coach. A 90-minute coaching session, so you can have that. That's a freebie. So connect with Coach Rizal at 0917-586-1661 to get this card. Exciting po talaga ang learning. And when you're learning talaga po, you become really a better person. Kasi good stuff comes in, yun yung naiisip mo, yun yung lumalabas. Siyempre, kung pangit yung pumapasok, pangit din yung lalabas. So, it's good to really learn. So, get the Be Learning e-card. Be part of the Be Learning Society. Join us, okay? And so, before I end this conversation, let me invite you to what we're doing as an organization of professional certified life coaches. Do join us for another coaching conversation later with Coach Maureen for coaching for single living. So yung mga singles, no, pasok na kayo at 4 p.m. And then also, I would like to invite you also to Master Coach is co-actively co-create. Hindi ko alam anong nangyari dito sa press mat ko, bakit may nakalagsulat. Anyway, I would like to invite you to Master Coach is co-actively co-create life certification program. This is a comprehensive approach to learning and mastering life coaching as an active process of creating success, a new path to every coaching relationship. So success is actually inevitable when you are really learned and you get into co-actively co-create. Ito yung certification talaga na you get out ready. Like alam na alam mo, you're confident that you can coach. Okay? So, success is going to be inevitable talaga pag pumasok ka sa co-actively co-create certification of Life Coach Philippines with Master Coaching. Okay, so it includes a 21-day web learning, 3-day coaching bootcamp, 3-day live business bootcamp. So, ganun yung mga freebie niya with senior coaching team. Okay, so it's a program package with so many bonuses. So this is a 21-day learning. You can start this on your own and then attend the 3-day live bootcamp with Master Coach. If you're interested to professionalize yourself, to level up yourself, okay, takbuhan ka ng tao, they want your opinion, this is the best way. This is the most responsible thing for you to get yourself certified, get the skills so that you can level up. You're helping them, and truly you will not harm people because you're certified. Okay, you have got the skills and the learning. So connect with Coach Rizal at 0917-586-1661 to discover the opportunities waiting for you in this profession. So once again, this is Coach Marife Garfin from Life Coach Philippines for Coaching Think Talk. Coaches like us think and talk like this. This is us in the Philippines. Love, bam, boom, love, bam, boom, love, bam, boom. God bless everyone. Thank you so much for joining me.